Welcome back to Explain the Charts, everyone. Today, September 10th, 2025, we're putting Ethereum, ticker ETHUSD, under the microscope, analyzing current market sentiment, recent news, and its impact on price action. The current live Ethereum price is hovering around $4,300 to $4,345, as reported by various sources, reflecting the ongoing consolidation we've seen. Let's kick things off by looking at the bigger picture on the daily chart, showing us all available data and setting the stage for our deep dive. Now, for the news, we've seen quite a mixed bag of headlines lately for Ethereum. On one hand, there's been significant institutional caution, with Ethereum ETFs experiencing over $1 billion in outflows across 6 days, largely attributed to macroeconomic concerns and recession fears. This institutional risk-off sentiment is a notable bearish indicator. Adding to that, a Messari analyst recently claimed ETH is dying following a reported 44% decrease in revenue in August, though this view is contested. Concerns about continually dwindling network fees and a lack of new buyers point to a potential risk of ETH dropping to the $3,500 level. However, the bullish narrative is equally compelling. We're seeing continued validator confidence, with staked ETH rising to 35.6 million, representing nearly 30% of the total supply. Institutional demand is also evident, as Yunfeng Financial recently added 10,000 ETH, worth $44 million, to its reserves, and Etherealize secured $40 million to bring Ethereum to Wall Street through asset tokenization. Crucially, the Pectra upgrade, a major technical enhancement, was successfully implemented on May 7, 2025, aiming to boost staking flexibility and smart contract functionality. This upgrade, along with the Denken upgrade in March 2024, is paving the way for increased scalability and reduced transaction costs, making Ethereum more competitive against other Layer 1 solutions. Looking at our daily chart, observe the powerful green candle on May 8, 2025. This massive 21.84% surge in a single day is a direct reflection of the market's positive reaction to the Pectra upgrade, perfectly correlating a fundamental event with a significant price movement. This rally, as noted by Glassnode, saw ETH surge from around $1,800 to over $2,200 in a single day, setting the stage for further gains. Following the Pectra upgrade, Ethereum entered a strong uptrend, as we can see by zooming out a bit further on the daily chart. The price consolidated and then embarked on a sustained rally through July and August of 2025. This momentum pushed ETHUSD to local highs near $4,889.80 on August 22, getting very close to its all-time high of $4,946.05. The increasing institutional adoption for tokenization and DeFi, along with anticipated Federal Reserve interest rate cuts, continue to fuel this optimistic outlook. However, following this peak, the market experienced some pullbacks, bringing us into our current range around $4,300. The negative news about ETF outflows and revenue concerns might have contributed to these recent downward pressures after hitting the August high. Let's switch to the 1-hour chart to examine the recent price movements with more granularity, particularly around that August 22 peak. Here, we clearly see the sharp upward move that took Ethereum from the low $4,200s to nearly $4,850 in a matter of hours on August 22. Notice the significant volume accompanying this rally, indicating strong buying interest. However, after this rapid ascent, price action on August 23 shows some distribution and a subsequent drop from those highs. This rapid pump-and-dump pattern is characteristic of high-volatility assets like Ethereum, where quick gains can be followed by swift profit-taking. Now, let's zoom in even further to the 15-minute chart to get a live snapshot of ETHUSD's behavior over the past few days, leading right up to today, September 10, 2025. As you can see, Ethereum is currently trading in a relatively tight range, largely stuck at $4,300, as one recent headline aptly put it. We've observed a consolidation pattern, with minor fluctuations between roughly $4,250 and $4,350. The trading volume on this time frame also appears moderate, suggesting neither strong bullish momentum nor overwhelming bearish pressure in the very short term. Key resistance levels are forming around the $4,350 to $4,400 region, while immediate support is holding firm near $4,250. A decisive break in either direction on this chart would indicate potential for a short-term trend reversal or continuation. Synthesizing our observations, Ethereum's price has demonstrated remarkable volatility, moving significantly based on both fundamental news and market sentiment. From the charts, we can identify several key price levels. Strong support is visible around the $4,200 to $4,250 area, a region where buyers have stepped in historically. A more critical support zone, based on prior consolidations and analyst predictions, would be closer to $3,500 and potentially as low as $2,500 in a severe correction. On the resistance side, the immediate overhead resistance lies around $4,350 to $4,400, followed by the significant psychological and technical barrier at the $4,800 to $4,900 range, near its all-time high. Breaking above $4,000 was a key breakout level, as mentioned in the news, and reclaiming the $2,800 to $2,900 zone after the Pectra rally was crucial for upward momentum. For traders, these levels offer clear entry and exit points, with strategies like dollar-cost averaging and setting stop-loss orders being highly advisable given the market's sensitivity. Looking ahead, our unbiased predictions consider both the short and long term. In the short term, a continued consolidation around the $4,250 to $4,350 range is highly likely, with perhaps a 60% probability, unless a major news catalyst emerges. A bullish breakout above $4,400 could see ETH retest the $4,600 to $4,700 levels, possibly pushing towards the August highs near $4,889, with a 40% chance of occurring within the next few weeks if positive news or renewed institutional inflows emerge. Conversely, a break below $4,200 could lead to a test of the $3,800 to $4,000 range and potentially the $3,500 support level, with about a 30% likelihood if bearish macroeconomic news persists or ETF outflows intensify. For the long term, predictions are much broader, ranging from Fundstrat's conservative $5,500 target for September 2025, which we are currently below, to ambitious targets of $10,000 by year-end 2025 and even $250,000 under ultra-bullish Bitcoin scenarios. The likelihood of these higher targets materializing in 2025 heavily relies on positive regulatory clarity, the successful implementation of upcoming upgrades like sharding, and sustained institutional adoption for real-world asset tokenization. Keep a close eye on macro data releases, statements from the Federal Reserve regarding interest rates, and any further developments in the Ethereum ETF space, as these will be critical in dictating ETH's trajectory. Remember to always consider your risk tolerance and conduct your own research before making any trading decisions. That's all for this in-depth analysis on ETHUSD. Thank you for tuning in to Explain the Charts, and we'll see you in the next video.